Yeah.
The only other movie I'll watch, and I'll mention it just because we watched the trailer last episode, I watched Madam Web today.
Oh, sick.
I watched Madam Web today. It is another movie, kind of like The Beekeeper, but not entertaining. Like, The Beekeeper was bad, but I was entertained by it for what it was and for watching how, like, in a meta way, watching, like, just thinking about why they wrote this script and how it ended up the way it did. But Madam Web, I am not curious at all. It was just kind of a tedious movie. It's another origin story, so nobody's even in a fucking costume the entire movie, which makes I'd have to get into it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it enough to explain myself, but it's just not good. It's just a tedious movie. It's exactly what you expect it to be. It feels like something out of like from 2004,
right?
Like Daredevil era, and the costumes are bad. There's like a big reveal at the end. Now, if you guys don't know, spoiler alert. Madam Web is a blind character. Now, you've probably seen the trailers for Madam Web. Of course you have, because you watched it with us. She is not blind in that trailer. Well, she goes blind by the end of the movie, and she is like in a wheelchair, and she's just wearing the same clothes she was wearing for the entire movie, like the red jacket and just these glasses. Like she's fucking Professor X. And she's like just wheeling around this room where she's got these girls now that are basically her children, like her adopted daughters, because they're all like orphans. Yeah. The one good thing I will say about it, though, if I had to find something nice to say, the subtext of the movie being kind of like pro, not woman, but pro femininity and pro motherhood.
Okay.
I was like, okay, cool.
Cool.
At least that's in there. Nobody's going to go see this movie, and this is a wasted message on a movie like this, but cool. I'm glad that it was there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was not good.
There's a great clip rolling around, I think, or at least circulating from yesterday or today of Dakota Johnson being interviewed about like, oh, can you name like the 3 last Spider-Man films with Tom Holland?
Here, I'll bring it up.
And it's not even like I don't expect a lot of people to even remember all of those like surnames underneath like the title, but like her response was so like, oh, I have no connection at all to this whole franchise, not even just like thematically.
I honestly have like, she clearly did this because it's like a career move for her, right? Which is fine, like whatever. But but yeah, she has so little interest in it.
Exactly.
But she was kind of the same way when she did those 50 Shades movies.
Yes. Yeah.
She was kind of like, they're whatever.
Right.
While she's promoting them. And, even begrudgingly, I can kind of appreciate that. I can kind of be like, okay, well, at least you're kind of honest that you're like, this is a career move. She must be so disappointed because I bet you she's so detached and so out of the loop. She's like, oh, yeah, I'll do a superhero thing. Sure.
Right.
It'll be good for my career. She talked to Elizabeth Olsen, and Elizabeth Olsen was giving her the lowdown. I'm like, yeah, but Elizabeth Olsen was in movies that were like popular and people liked.
Yeah.
Like, that's not what's going to happen to Madam Web. But Dakota Johnson is so disconnected from that world. She doesn't even realize that nobody knows or cares about Madam Web.
No.
Or whatever Spider Women are in that movie. That they don't really establish very well, and they're never in their costumes.
Yeah.
It's crazy because it's a time travel movie as well. It's got kind of like Terminator type stuff in it where people are going back and forth through time. I'm like, wouldn't this be a great opportunity to have like the future versions of these girls come and like save the past ones or something? Like do some sort of fun sequence. Never manifests. It never happens, dude. It does that thing in these, and it's the death knell for movies like this, where they literally just stop the movie and they're like, let's hang out in the woods for 20 minutes and talk about the plot. I was like, whoa.
Exposition dump. Yeah.
Drumling says, I heard that Dakota Johnson signed up for that movie thinking it was going to be an MCU and fired her agent when she found out it wasn't. That would make a lot of sense. You can tell in promotional stuff that she doesn't want to be involved. Hagrid says, lesson being masturbation makes you go blind. Yeah, that's right. That's what happened to Madam Web. There's too much coom. All right, let's see our queen,
Dakota. Yeah.
Let's see what Dakota's up to. But that wouldn't surprise me though, and I think the reason why they told her that is because they thought they were going to take Spider-Man back.
Right.
There was a whole thing that happened, like there was a whole period of time where Morbius, Madam Web, the upcoming one is the Kraven the Hunter, because these are all Spider-Man villains, but they have no fucking Spider-Man. But they were also in Venom. They were all tangentially supposed to be kind of in the MCU, kind of. And I'm sure when they were like trying to get people in the movie, they may have just told them that, yeah, it's in the MCU. Sure. I mean, it's a Marvel thing, right? Right. Poor Dakota. You're gonna have to be really nice to her. Trembling.
Can you name the 3 Spider-Man Tom Holland movies?
Yeah.
Should I just go on fate?
Yeah.
Oh,
Spider-Man, here he comes.
here he comes. Yes.
You know what I wish she had done though? Would have been a better bit if she just said yeah and then refused to name them. Like, yeah, I know.
That's number 1.
Yep.
Spider-Man, and he's back. And the other one, the last one is the Goblet of Spider-Man.
See, if this, like, it should have just dropped the whole, like...
Is she trying to fuck this guy? No, I'm just joking.
Just drop a simpler question. Just name the Sam Raimi trilogy. Oh, 1, 2, and 3.
1, 2, 3. Boom.
Yeah, there,
done.
boom.
Done. You're out. Thank God for nepotism. I scream every time Dakota Johnson opens her mouth. Oh, let's see here. Oh, she was confused about this. Now, this is kind of funny. She was confused about, like, because there's that VO line in the trailer, the voiceover line that explains basically part of the plot. It's like, my mother was a scientist who was in South America. And she's going to be asked about that because I guess it went viral. That became a meme. I mean, even we noticed it. I think when we talked about the trailer, even we, like, mentioned it. I'm like, well, that sounds weird. It's like weird canned VO. It sounds awkward. She can't accept that. She doesn't even, like, understand. Like, why are they making fun of me? What? Tremling says, I'll be nice to her just because I love Miami Vice and her dad is in it. Well, see, listen. Nepotism can work in all different kinds of ways.
Hey, before you play, did anybody catch that red carpet? I mean, hey, they were bringing some outfits to the game, which I was surprised by. I was like, "Whoa, hold up!"
My wife actually sent me a picture of Dakota Johnson's butt and said, "Don't ever say I have a flat butt again." Oh, listen, come on. They look nice.
Yeah.
They look nice. They're wearing those flesh-colored bikinis or whatever.
Yeah,
who doesn't love those?
I had to do a couple zoom-ins, like, okay, just to be sure.
I got to make sure if I'm masturbating, I'm not getting fooled.
Right.
I'm not getting fooled. Oh, she's in a bathing suit. Oh, balls.
Bullocks.
There was a line from the trailer that went sort of viral. Do you remember that?
What was
at all? It was the line that says, he was in the Amazon with my mum when she was researching spiders right before she died. Do you remember that going viral?
Why did that go viral?
I think it went viral because
He doesn't understand how to tell her. Like, it's the line reading. It's the awkwardness of it. Like, it doesn't know. It does, like, in context, it's still weird. Even in context.
Yeah.
He just doesn't have the heart to tell her, like, well, that was a bad line reading, and it sounds like you don't give a shit, and it's funny.
context, people were just like, what does this mean? Did you catch that at all?
No. Somebody brought this up, and I have no idea what it's about.
Dude, she's like panicking right now. She's being attacked. Somebody get this gross little fucking nerd away from Dakota Johnson now. Get him out of here. She says, Dad. Dawn comes in, fucking hits him in the back of the head with a gun. Pistol whips him. Trembling says, Dakota Johnson has the ass of Danny DeVito as the Penguin. Oh, dude, that's not cool, man. Hagbard says, Trembling, fun fact, Frank Zappa refused to allow Don Johnson around his infant daughter Moon because he was convinced he was a kiddie fiddler. Uh-oh, paradigm's being blown up tonight.
That's what it means, because I think people were like, what is... Just out of the context of it, it was just a very...
But isn't any sentence out of context out of context?
Yeah, so you understand that because he's lying to you. He doesn't have to tell you. He doesn't have the heart to tell you why people thought it was funny.
Yeah, very true.
What a silly thing.
There was just lots of bits that were like, oh, that, and that, and that. Do you know what I mean?
He was in the Amazon researching spiders with my mom before she died.
Yeah.
We need
And
to
now
abolish all these like film nerds like interviewing.
Yeah, you know,
celebrities.
if we were gonna let anything like the AI take over in any way,
Yeah.
it should be for this.
Yeah.
Let's just have AIs interview actors. Let's just be done with it. Let's be done with the Stephen Colbert's. Let's be done with the late shows. Let's move on. Let's evolve.
Yeah.
Whoever this guy's working for, so the Huffington Post. Yeah, the Huffington Post UK. Fire this guy. Save yourself some money. Tell him to learn to code.
That seems like a basic storyline to me.
Fair enough.
But maybe I'm just underneath it.
No, that's fair. You might be aware of
But I gotta say though, in defense of Dakota Johnson,
Right.
the way that guy went about that was so fucking weird.
Yes. Yeah.
Like he doesn't explain it really, and he just kind of lets her twist in the wind. And she's like, I don't get it. And he's like, yeah, I don't know. Like, you fucking know, dude. Come on.
Yeah. Just
Come on.
out with it
fella.
already.
All right, yeah. Here's the pictures. Here's the pictures of the girls on the red carpet. This is what Jeremy was masturbating to. I cannot believe you. You've been caught.
Literally
these are-
20 minutes before the show. Yeah.
Honestly, got to unload the gun, dude. I can't be coming in here talking about these ladies. I'm going to be talking about Kathy Bates later. I can't sit here with a boner all night. Yeah, I mean, Sydney Sweeney, Dakota Johnson. I think a lot of people were saying that Dakota Johnson should not have stood next to Julia Sweeney or Sydney Sweeney or whatever her name is. Sydney Sweeney. There it is. It's right here.
Our favorite hot ones, chicken wings eating celebrity right now. At least making the rounds.
Hagrid says, damn, look at them rib sacks. So yeah, Sydney Sweeney, she's cute, but they make her, she is not very cute in the movie, honestly. They have her, and they even put her in like a stereotypical schoolgirl outfit, which I thought was odd since it's like a girl boss, the movie, you know? I was like, oh, why do you have her in like a schoolgirl outfit? What are you guys doing? Maybe there's more to Madam Web than meets the eye. You know, maybe I got to give it another chance.
You gotta
Watch it
appease
again.
the weebs, of course. You
Well,
know, I mean,
obviously, yeah. So I don't know. I mean, seems like kind of a trend right now. Is girls wearing see-through dresses? Didn't Miley Cyrus just do this, like at
Yeah.
the Grammys or whatever?
Yep.
I mean, come on now. Oh my God! Trembling says, "Yeah, don't stand near a big titty girl if you're built like the Pumpkinhead movie." You know, she does look a little bit like the monster from Pumpkinhead. You know, honestly, Jeremy, if you just started stretching her a little bit, you know, like say if we just grabbed her face and we just kind of stretched it down, grabbed the back of her head, mussed up her hair a little bit, dragged her arms and fingers out a little bit, she would kind of look like the Pumpkinhead monster.
Put her in the remake. Let's do it. Let's make it
gotta
happen.
get Lance Henriksen, where you at? But dude, I know you're still alive.
Yeah.
Dude, I made a deal with the witch again. My son is still dead. When was the last time you watched Pumpkinhead? Do you even know what the fuck we're talking about?
It's been so long.
Ooh,
but
we
I
got to
watched-
put that on the list then. 'Cause that'd be a fun
yeah.
one to talk about. There's a lot of fun, like, practical effects. Stan Winston's
Right.
only movie that he directed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess that concludes the what we were watching segment of the show. Holy crap. We just went on a wild tangent looking at these girls. Sydney Sweeney. Oh, you know, hold on. We almost fucked up, Jeremy. Dakota Johnson in this dress, Jeremy, 1 out of 10.
Oh, yeah. I knew you were gonna pull one of these.
Well, I was going to wait for Kathy Bates, so be prepared.
Right.
I didn't know we were going to be looking at sexy lady pictures.
And I'm mostly because again I'm not like the most informed on like other things that Dakota Johnson has been in outside of like these other things. I'm gonna give her.
What are you ranking? Are you ranking her butt or are you ranking her filmography?
Right. Everything. Yeah. No, I'll say 8.5.
8.5. I give Dakota Johnson a solid, You know, I'd give her a solid 7. I know Trembling is going to be very upset. I'd give her a solid 7. I don't think she's nearly as ugly, I guess, as other people do. Because she looks like a woman. Like, she looks like a woman. Like,
there's
Sydney
an elegance.
Sweeney looks like a little girl.
Yeah.
Except for the giant breasticles. Okay? I'll do Sydney first. You know, Sydney's getting a solid 9, though. Let's be real. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Okay? What do you think? What is Sydney? You going to give her a 9? You going to join in?
I guess I'm part of this fold now. You know,
You're just a coomer now.
It's that youthful smile she has on Hot Ones. I can't resist.
I can't resist. I mean, right here, I would say in this picture right here, I'd give her an 8. You know what she would give me? You know what she'd give me, Jeremy? An 11.
She's so like, goes up to 11, you know.
She's like, oh, what are you wearing? Is that a Suspiria shirt? I'm like, actually, yes, it is. You're welcome. Come on. Obviously, I'm a fan of women. I'm wearing a fucking Suspiria shirt.
Right. Hey, Sydney, you a fan of the movie Misery? Yeah, well, let's talk about Misery for
you want to come hang out with me? Let me see here. Trembling says she can be the witch. Give her a handful of silver dollars. Prophet says, I did Pumpkinhead as a bedtime story the other night. My kid is weird. Well, dude, that's like, you know, we're very similar like that, Prophet, because my kid has probably not just been told the story, but he's probably watched. I'm pretty sure he watched that movie, actually. Prophet says, I want to play a game where Dakota Johnson has 2 NECA turtles in front of her and has to determine which one is the knockoff and why. If she fails, I beat her bloody, then make her fall in love with it. Trembling says, that chick is a 3 even if she fucks on the first date. Yikes. That's heinous, dude. That's too much. What are you talking about? What are you smoking, buddy?
It's getting crazy out there.
Yeah, it's getting crazy out there. These people... You're asking a lot from these women. Like, if you're like, you got to look better than Dakota Johnson. I mean, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Anyways, that's the end of the misogyny segment of the podcast, and we'll be right back.